Madini Mazimba.
Madini Mazimba.
Madini Mazimba.
Inendri msalala. Inendri msalala.
Madini Mazimba, I'm back again. So the legendary guitarist Alec Macheso, Extra Basso, Babasharo, Mundikumbuke, you know what, he has been called by many names, by his legion of fans, whatever you call him, has released his 11th album titled Zinoshitsakure. Now this album serves as a follow-up to his last album, titled Tsoka Zeruendo. I did a review on that album. You can scroll back to my previous videos and watch my review on that album. Now Tsoka Zeruendo was not that good an album. It's definitely one of his lesser albums. Fast forward 2 years after that, he has now released a new album titled Zino Shitsakure. You know, I've been listening to this album quite religiously since it was released on Wednesday. After listening to the album, I even planned to go to the album launch, which happened on this Friday at the Aquatic Complex in Chitungwiza. But my boys, but not the finances. They did not comply, so we didn't manage to go. But I saw a couple of pictures and read a couple of articles about the show, and it seems it was a sold out show. It was a full house. And even Macheso's manager was saying the last time the Aquatic Complex was that full was back in 1998 when there was a joint concert by Mukanya in Tuku. So that's an amazing feat. I think we definitely have to give an applause to Macheso and his team. Now, releasing the album, the disc to the public like 2 days before the actual launch was, in my opinion, a very good calculated move by Macheso's management. If you look at all these other album launches that we right now, look at Japraise, Winky D. These guys, you see, they have to invest in some as billboards. They have to do these adverts, a lot of promotional materials, just to hype up the people so that they come to the launch. But what Macheso and his management they did, it was a risky move, but it definitely paid off because it seems they were very much confident of the project that they were very much confident of this album because releasing it 2 days before, even though the manager was saying, hey, I wanted to get in front of Pirates, I don't think that was the issue. The issue was that they knew they had a very good album in their hands. So by releasing it 2 days before, and if you're a big artist and if you release an album today, by the end of the day, a lot of people running out on a copy of that. WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, people will be sharing all those tracks. So by the end of the day, I think a lot of if you're on social media, you would start seeing a lot of buzz about the new album. On Thursday, the buzz was increasing. Then you get to Friday, a lot of people really amped up and they wanted to go to the show. So not releasing the album 2 days before, it sort of worked as a promotional strategy. They got a full house because the album. A lot of people already had their favorites on this whole album. So that was a very good move. It was risky because if the album was not as good or was not received that well, but they really took a risk and it paid off very well. Now going to this album, Macheso really made, he really corrected a couple of things that I thought his previous albums, Asanya Soshige Chep Chep. If you look back to his album Katava Mitunu, at that point, his band members, Obet Komba, Anoinya Zanda, like Mbiriki, and Macheso, he tried to act as if those guys were just replaceable at his band. He just tried to move on as easy as that. But that was a very bad move because those guys were with Macheso since his early days, probably his most successful years. Pakat Pana Simbarazo, and he could not just replace them as he could not replace them as easy as that. So I believe he should have Raifa Nangwet was just not with his new band members. Raifa Noita sort of restructure or just go in a new different way, in a way or in a new sound that would definitely capitalize on the strengths of the people wanga now. Quite a good, I don't go to Varamba Chiridza, the new drama, Uridza Obet Gomba, the lead guitarist, Uridza no Nyazanda, the rhythm guitarist, Uridza Lakim Birik, and that really big fight for him. Now going to this album, he really made amends with a couple of those guys. Obet Gomba is back, no Nyazanda is back, and that really helped the sound of this album. And what's another thing is that he really played this album to his strengths. Because if you listen to this album, if you even listen to the album, you see, they know the rhythm guitarist who was playing on this album is not as good as Lakim Biriki. So if you listen to a lot of the tracks on this album, you see they did not really give a lot of emphasis to the rhythm guitarist. The two major instruments that were really out on each and every song was the bass guitar, which Macheso plays, and the lead guitar played by Noina Zanda, and also Obet Gomba supporting them on the on the drums, and that really helped make the album much more solid, because now played to his strengths. And I would try to the rhythm guitarist up in the but he just knew good. Okay, right now I have a very good lead guitarist Nuno Zanda, so he gave Noah a lot of time. Yeah, he's a very good, he's a legendary bassist, Macheso himself, so to get a lot of bass on this album. So that was a very good move for him. He just stuck to the sound he knew, he stuck to the strengths, and it definitely paid off. And also for the first time in probably 8 or 10 years, we now get a Macheso who is free, who's at peace with himself. And he's playful in a lot of tracks. If you listen to like the track, Kudzwai, on that Nonya Zanda solo, that very lovely Nonya Zanda solo, if you listen to what Macheso is doing in the bass, he's just playful, he's just enjoying himself. So him being at peace, like if you look at the past couple of years, I remember quite any scandal on newspaper, Macheso has died, Macheso is doing this. So now he went into this album, asina any issue, he has definitely moved on from the Tavazwa issue. He's enjoying his music, and you can feel it all over this album. And the instrumental arrangements, they're just very good throughout this album. All of the tracks, Panana track and Singafari, the instrumentals, they just done very well. And a lot of people are now asking, which Macheso are we going to get in this new album? Are we going to get the Macheso with the last album? Are we going to get the Macheso where those albums are not Deja? Or are we going to get the Macheso with Simbarazo? And if you listen to the album, you see that there's a bit of all of those and Macheso throughout this album. If you listen to tracks such as Shikuru Gurarama, that track, it just feels as if Rakatorwa in that Anana Simbarazo Vakirizo era, because the whole feel, the whole this, it has a soul. Yakangofanana need those tracks that are in that era in his career, the way they structure the vocals, the overall feel, the energy of that track, it just perfectly fits that period in his life. Then we get another track such as Fumayacho, and on that track, the way they arrange the vocals, it has this feel, this kind of old school Sungura feel. It just takes me back to the 90s. Yes, my 90s, Nigeria, I'm very young primary check, but then the way they arrange, that those Sungura glory days, because I didn't grow up in town, so I listened to a lot of Sungura, so it just took me back to those days. I enjoy it, and I love the structure and how the track, and I believe on the track for my age, that's where you get the best vocals on this whole album. I just love how they structure the vocals. They're just so clean, they're not too loud, they're just well balanced. You also get the Macheso who loves to experiment. If you go to another track such as Anakudzwai, all the other tracks, Pekuti, I remember starting from Anana and Deja, if I'm not mistaken, Pakatanga Kuti, you'll be doing those antis, Atunga Arguridza Ngoma ne guitar. You get those glimpses sprinkled throughout all these tracks. So like I said, we get Macheso from each and every era, because he knows kuti you cannot keep on shogadzira music probably wakagadzira 98 konana Simbaradzo, but you also have to improve, you also have to refresh. And in that same way, he knows that he has to push Sungura forward, he has to remain innovative. We get to see there are a lot of very amazing guitar riffs throughout this album, and this is just meant to make sure those new fans, those new Sungura fans, they're going to enjoy it and they're going to love it much more. I Sungura that blunt Sungura Yangari Yakudara, but he just spiced it up. If you listen to that part on Madzitete, especially after 10 minutes to the end, it's just amazing. The guitar it's amazing, and sprinkled throughout this album, even on the track there are some very lovely guitar riffs. There we go to Kudzwai, it's also another very solid track. So you just get Macheso, he really knows, and like I said, he's very much at peace. So he really knows Raida quit on this album. He made sure he made amends with the guys of Anoda. Then he played to the strengths of the people that he has in the band, because the lead guitar is just amazing, the drums, they're done very well, the bass. This album bass, but it's not a bad thing, because the bass is just sounding very good. Macheso showed why he's regarded as a legendary bassist throughout this album. And then when you go to the themes, Macheso definitely one of those guys who could, even on his lesser albums, the themes are always on point. When people complain about a song, Macheso, it's rarely about the theme, but it's mostly about the instrumental, because Macheso has spoiled us over the years with some amazing guitar work. So that whenever he releases an album, we go straight to the guitar work. And Macheso is one of those guys who could, when it comes to family relationships, family dynamics, there is no other artist in the whole of Zim and the level vanonyaso specialize in that in that sector as much as Macheso. The relationship, like amweni nemurora, baba namai vana, and their parents. Macheso is excellent when it comes to addressing those issues. He carries on to this album on the tracks such as Madzitete, where he's just basically akuchema semwana kuti anachete tinokudai. These days takunetsa nevabereki, because in our culture there are certain issues that we are straight kumbereki wako, but there are certain issues, there are certain protocols that you must follow. Even though we are now in the 21st century, we are now bypassing the royal tete, the parents that are becoming more free. Just tell me this, don't do it. But saying a lot of other parents are starting at that stage, so we get in a place where we're now getting to conflicts with our parents because we've addressed a certain issue or handled a certain issue in a way they feel as if it's very disrespectful. So it's just crying out, come, teach us how we should say certain things, teach us how we should address certain things. Then also go to the track Shukuru Kurarama, where is basically not talking about relationships. These days, if you read the newspapers, you get to see there is a massive rise in domestic violence. He did this, she did that. So he's just saying, if you're in a relationship, sometimes relationship is not that easy. But if Jaramba, after getting all that help, it's okay for you to go your separate ways. You should treasure your life. In that relationship, which abuse. Because in some cases, and in some of our families, divorce is something it's never heard of, it's taboo. But just age, you must be brave. You say, and also on the track Macheso is just talking against greed of those people who not vanoromba. I think right now everyone in Zimbabwe, or maybe you actually know a person akatoromba, and they have to sacrifice their fame so that they can get rich. So Macheso is just asking those riches actually if there is no one to eat them with, you don't have any kids to leave that inheritance to, what's the purpose of those riches? So it's also another very lovely track, just urging people to not work hard for what you want. Then on other tracks, just basically saying, you can know, the intentions of a person by his works. You can know because of their works. So you can see the person because on the tracks Javanoda is basically saying you have no idea why a certain person loves that other person. You have no idea why that person loves maybe their house or their car. So usapindire, do not meddle in my affairs. I said I will just stay in your lane. And lastly on the track Kudzwai, which is also very, very good gospel song. On this track, Macheso is just exalting the Lord. Thank you for the love, thank you for the grace that you have shown unto us. You are the Lord who fights for us, even though some families tease away from your love because of our actions. We distance ourselves from your love, but you are the Lord Almighty who is full of love and grace. It's a very lovely track. I wouldn't be surprised when this track even on number 1 for my gospel chart. So like I said, in terms of the themes, I have no complaint about this album. The themes are done very, very well. Now lastly we go to the performances on this theme on this album. Macheso's vocal performances and the band members. And I have to say that's probably where I get some complaints on this album. Yes, more often than less the vocals are quite okay, but I feel as if the vocals could have been much better. Like I said, my favorite vocals on this album are on the track Fumayacho. They are so balanced, they are too loud. But if you listen to a track such as Madzitete, it seems as if the vocals are just too loud, they're not that defined. So I feel as if they would have definitely improved when it came to the vocals. And also another thing that I have, maybe the other complaint I may have with this album, is there's a certain level of smoothness that I feel as if is missing from this whole album. Given, if you compare it to his previous albums, you get to see the difference in terms of the smoothness. Like I said, in some cases the vocals, they're a bit loud, they're not really that audible. Yes, but they're not really that balanced. So in those ways, I felt as if they could have done much better. But you know what? If you look way back then in the early 2000s, the late 90s, we had some very big established recording studios in Zimbabwe. The sound, it was definitely world class. And right now, like on this album was recorded at Alema Studios, which are Macheso's own studios. And I was actually on that level, and you can definitely feel. But regardless, they did all the other things very, very much well. You can overlook these things, but regardless, the album is sounding very, very good. So you can see that I have enjoyed listening to this album. Now, my overall rating for this album, I gave this album an 8.5 out of 10. I've enjoyed this album, and as of now, this is definitely the best album I have listened to and reviewed in 2018. Excuse Tse was the best album I have listened to this year, but This album by Macheso is very good. The guitar work is just amazing on this album. Now, in the overall discography of Macheso, I cannot say this is his best album. For me, Simbaradzo still remains his best album to date. And I cannot even say, I don't think it's also in his top 4, because the albums such as Vakiridzo, Shido Zvenyu Kunyanya, Zvakanaka Zvakadaro, and I think time will tell, in time, is this album as good as those albums? But regardless of that, this is a very pretty damn good album. I definitely recommend it. So I know a lot of you have managed to listen to this album, so go in the comment section below, tell me what you think about the album, tell me what's your favorite track on this whole album, and after that, come back, like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you again next time.